All right, hello guys. Welcome back to the channel. We had week one. We're in week two here for the chess tournament. Up next, we got to look at Linty versus Crusher. The first video for week two was Jake versus Shu. So if you haven't watched that already, go ahead and watch that now. It was a fun game to watch. Honestly, really good game by both competitors. But now we got another good game here between Crusher and Linty. Crusher is the leader in the B bracket. Linty, I believe, is in second or third place for the B bracket. So, yeah, good game coming up here. Let's get started. Linty's going to play as the white pieces. Crusher as the black to start off. Both gets GM master titles. Let's start. King pawn opening by Linty. C5 by Crusher. We got a Sicilian defense by Crusher. This is going to be very interesting to see how Crusher plays the Sicilian. I suggest not playing the Sicilian if you're actually new in chess. It's a very complicated thing to actually learn on in chess if you're playing the Sicilian, but Crusher's going to try and do it. Linty knows he's going for the Sicilian, going to defend this right here. Probably take it and just like ruin the Sicilian defense right away. Crusher says, no, get out of my spot, Linty. And he gets the horse out there, and there's a Sicilian defense. Now, if Linty wants to trade, that's where the trade's coming in. And say he doesn't, he blocks in the white square bishop here. Makes a line for the dark square bishop. Crusher decides to knock that bishop out. Does a small little move here, pushing the pawn up, which is shocking. I mean, okay. Defending this right here. If Linty goes like right here, for example, that's going to be checkmate if he doesn't move that. So I guess that's what he's defending against. Linty moves the queen in. And right here, Crusher has all the advantage in the world. Crusher goes and attacks the queen. Linty moves back one. Horse goes in, and this is going to be where the bishop is trapped. He can't go anywhere without being taken. So now Linty must make a decision. Am I going to lose the bishop for basically nothing, or am I going to get a piece out of it? I think what Linty should have did is kept the bishop there and got the horse. But instead he goes in and takes one of the pawns. Okay, that's not a bad decision, but at the same time, like, you know, you could have got a horse instead of a pawn for it. Pushes the pawn up, going after the horse now instead. Crusher leaves it there. I guess Crusher's like, okay, I have an advantage already, so I'm not going to be too worried about the horse right now. Linty's just going to take it. He's going to open the c-file for himself later on, and probably try and get the rook over here on the c-file to aggressively attack the c-file for if the king castles long. Which, right now, the way Crusher's playing, the king's going to castle this way, but whatever. Crusher moves the pawn up to b4. d5 by Linty. Okay. Crusher decides to go fully in. I'm surprised he didn't go on this square, but he goes on this square instead, so stopping a castling opportunity if Linty tries to go for a castle. Linty needs to get some pieces out here, man. Linty has more pieces in the back rank. Crusher has more stuff out. That's a problem for Linty. And he pushes another pawn up. And the queen goes in. And the queen's being attacked again. And he puts the queen in that spot. And Crusher puts his queen out. So now there's 3 big pieces for Crusher and only 1 piece out for Linty. What's Linty going to do? He's going to push another pawn out. And this is where I'm going to say this. Linty needs to get some pieces out. Because if Linty just keeps his pieces in the back rank and not actually get them out, that's going to be a problem for him. He's kicking the horse out of the spot, though. That's a good spot. But he leaves the rook wide open for the queen. And honestly, I don't know how you get out of this. Because that is just a bad... Like, you can do this. But if you do that, I mean... What really can you do? You can't really do this. Like, there's nothing that can block this. Unless you want to just lose the bishop as well as the freaking thing. And they're saying this is mate in 3 if you move the bishop right here. Why is that? I believe because if you go here... Where's this mate in 3? Yeah. But yeah, there was no way he was going to stop that. So, of course, Crusher just takes the rook. Linty goes and takes another pawn here, moving that pawn up. Takes the horse as well. Crusher taking everything with him. Linty defends the bishop here instead. And now what Linty needs to do is castle. Crusher castles longside, which is actually kind of shocking. There's nothing defended the king over here. Like, these squares are not really defend. Like, there's only one defender of the king. I guess Crusher was confident and cocky. There's a castle by Linty. At least he's gotten guarded by a few spots here. But, like, right now, Linty's in a bad spot here. I mean, you can just get this out here and push him into the corner and then just bulldoze your way through if you can get rid of this horse. And that's what Crusher's going to do. He's going to go after the horse now. So Linty's going to be forced to move that horse. Or he's just going to take the horse that's actually going to try and put him in checkmate. Smart move by Linty. You can just move this up and go here and force that king back again, though, if you take this. But he does take that. Rook moves into the spot here. Moving this up, probably. No, he goes and gives up the... Okay. So this is an aggressive attack by Crusher here. This is what is called a... I'm going for the checkmate no matter what and hope that Linty doesn't see the right move to make. Now, there was a move earlier for Linty. Instead of moving that rook there, he had a discovered check. This was a discovered check, and no matter what he did, he was losing his rook regardless, and Linty was going to get a good spot here. And Crusher probably just going to take this. But now that you put him in... Whoops, that's not where I want to be. Now you put the rook in that spot, this is even worse. Why? Because the king has to move. King can't go here or here. Has to move here. This is a queen, and it can't be taken. And we're back to, like, even strength at this point. Now, they're also saying it could be mate in 10 depending on how Crusher plays or this, that, and the other. And they're also saying that D1X, like, taking this now would be a lot better, I believe, because mate in 4 if you actually make a queen now. But that's hard for Linty to see. I'm not blaming him for that. But here's the thing that Linty does here. Instead of doing what I just mentioned, he goes and takes the pawn in front of the bishop, and that is the problem there. If he would have went straight, it would have been check. He would have been forced to go here or here or here, and that would have been a free queen, and it wouldn't have mattered. But right here, Crusher moves out of the way. Linty goes back. I mean, maybe this is where you take the bishop and you go in for the attack here. Like, we're in stalemate here. This is just making it where it's not in stalemate. Like, this is stalemate at least for both teams. This is putting Crusher into an advantage spot here right now. So, advantage right now for Crusher. Moves the bishop 1. Surprise. Okay. I guess what he wants to do is just move this here and try to get more attack here, but he needs to leave that. He needs to leave that rook there to stop that pawn from promoting. However, the bishop can do that too, so maybe that's his idea. Let the pawn promote and just take it. F2. Queen going in. Taking the defense. Mate in 8 for Crusher. Pawn moves up. Mate in 6. Linty moves up to G2. Trying to get out of the way of this attack. Crusher moving the rook in. Going to try and get some more aggressive attack here probably. This is not where he wants to go. Probably right here, 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 here. But, anyways, moves up to H4, does Linty. He's still in mate in 6. Crusher blocks it, still mate in 6. E5 for Linty. D3. Pawns moving up. Crusher trying to set up an assault here. Queen takes the free rook, but by doing so, leaves us in mate in 2. Now, you're probably wondering, where's mate in 2? This, you can't take this because of that. You're only forced to either go here, or here, or here. Where's H? H3. H3, F3, and G1. Where's F1? Oh, F1 as well. So, and all these are mate in 1. You go here. Mate in 1 is actually this. You go to G1. Mate in 1 is this. You go F1. Mate in 1 is G2 checkmate still. You can't get out of it. If Crusher finds this, it's over. Or, yeah, if Crusher finds this, it's over. But instead, he goes the opposite way, and he goes to F1, which is now mate in 10. but the king is gonna not be able to go this way. He can not go this way. He can only go like down. He can only go down here or here. He go, or he can take the bishop too. I didn't see that. He can take the bishop. He takes the bishop. And here comes more checks by Crusher, trying to figure out how to finish the job here. Pawn take, mate in four now. Still mate in four. Now we're not in mate at all. Linty gets out of it. E6. Linty trying to get something going here. Still mate in four. Crusher moves the pawn up. Linty moves the pawn up. Pawn gets taken by Crusher. Crusher making sure that pawn can't get out. Linty goes in the aggression here. We're at negative. We're tied right now. And here's the thing. If Crusher goes here, this is mate in one. Oh my god. Will Crusher will Crusher go to C8 and lose this game? Or will he go in, is the question. He goes in, shockingly. If he went anywhere back here, it's mate. The only two saving graces were here or here, and he finds the right move. Wow. What a game right now, guys. Now, if you're Linty, you probably want to put him in check again. Instead, he doesn't put him in check, and what happens here is that Crusher goes down, and there's mate, and the game's over. Now, if you're Linty here, instead of going down, going for the rook, you probably want to put him in check again. You want to just keep putting him in check and keep making him move around, because sooner or later, you're going to get something like this, and you're going to take that rook. That's all I got to say. You got that if Linty played it like that and kept him going in checks instead of going for the rook early on, Linty probably would have still had a chance to win this game. But instead, Linty loses to Crusher in game one, and Crusher gets another 2 points in the system here. He 3-0'd Potter in week one. He's looking to try and 3-0 Linty in week two. He wins the first game. Let's go to the second. Crusher's now as white. Linty's as black. Let's start off here. Crusher going with the queen's pawn opening. We got a McKellar defense, and again, like I said in the Jake and Shu video, this is winning for white. Because I know no one knows how to play the McKellar defense. But let's just progress. Crusher goes to e3. Gonna open up the bishops here, probably. Linty moves up the pawn over to here. G3 by Crusher. Okay. We got pawns moving shortly here. We got like a little bit of a V, I guess. Linty says, F this noise, I'm going in for a check. Crusher says, okay, I'll block you off. And now the only possible way for Linty goes right here to save the bishop, or he can go backwards, depending on how Crusher wants to do this, but Crusher can actually force a aggressive here. He goes back, and now this all depends. Is Crusher playing a stonewall? A stonewall is blocking off all the black squared piece, all the black squares, and make it where the black square bishop is basically obsolete if he's going for that. But I don't really know if he is or not. He pulls up the bishop right here, a nice spot for that white square bishop, and like the white square bishop is key for the stonewall here. Like this is not going to be developed really that much unless this starts unless this like structure here that's blocking off all the black squares gets taken out. But right here, Crusher pushes up, so I guess it's not a stonewall. Moving up here, I'm guessing you're going to see a pawn move up right here. No, he goes for the horse, and now this pawn is free. Linty takes a free pawn. Let's see. What is Linty going to do here? I mean, this is bad for Linty because here's the thing. If Crusher castles here, like, it's bad. He cannot castle right now. He moves the rook up one. I honestly will move the pawn up like this. Why? You take, I'll take, and I open up this H file to go and assault your king. But now we know that Crusher can't actually castle short because he moved the rook. Oh, we gotta go back here. He moved the rook one. Horse moves back. Crusher takes the pawn on G2, G7. Okay. So we're just bringing the horse back home, Linty. I don't understand this. What is the plan right here, going G8. I would have actually probably gone right here and started another attack. Like, get rid of this, make the queen do that, go in. Like, there's still a lot of possibilities you could have done with this, but we'll see what Linty does here. H5, Crusher going in on the aggression here. I actually like it. I know where he's going to go next. He's probably going to go for this pawn F7 right here. I'm not even looking at the, like, what next move is for Crusher. I'm just saying that this is, like, the key strategy right here. Going for both the queen and the rook. He's going to win one or the other if he gets in that spot. Linty pushes up, but that does not matter because you got this right here. And I'm not deceiving you, though. There's mate and 2 right here. Why? Because here's the thing. This queen can jump in and get a check. And this is mate. So upon moving up, if Crusher sees his queen in the back rank and just moves it up in there and goes in there, that's mate and that's game over. And Linty loses the second game in a row. But instead, Crusher moves in the horse, going for his original attack on the queen and the rook right here. Yeah, we get it. Queen H7 going to go aggressive, because if you take this, I'm taking your rook. That's a beautiful move right there by Crusher right here, moving the queen in. So now when he takes it, the king's going to be in check, and the king has to move instead of taking the rook. And that leaves a free queen for Crusher here. Linty, I don't think Linty sees it. Crusher, I guess, doesn't see it either. Queen moves in, out. There's mate in 3 now. The mate in 3, I believe, is this. No. Where does it say? They want you to take this. Mate in 2 makes it go to F8. And then right here, oh yeah, that's a beautiful mate as well. Jeez, that is tough mate. But Crusher goes right here, goes for the rook. If he went for the bishop, that would mate and that would have been a deadly ass mate. that would I don't think Linty had nothing to stop it with. Linty moves out. What are we gonna see? Going back here, probably going for a check. No, he goes in with the rook. Moves the bishop in the way. Does Linty? Another bishop move here. Gonna trap the queen onto its king. Oh boy. Linty's in La La Land right now, and Crusher's just easing the pain, moving in quickly, just attacking. And right here, Linty goes in. Another mate in 2. The mate in 2 is this. Actually, Crusher does do that, by the way. That's mate in 1 now. Does Crusher win the game this way? Well, Linty only has 2 options. He has to either go d6 or take the bishop. Now, he takes the bishop in the game, but let's see what happens if he went d6 first. d6 is a mate as well. This horse mates him. So that's what happens if he goes d6. Let's go check and look what happens. How do you mate him in this spot here is the question. Well, there's quite a few options. Firstly, G5 checkmate. So if you go right here, the pawn's protecting the queen. You can't go here because of the pawn. You can't go here. Queen, rook, queen. This is horse blocking this time. Queen blocking this. Nowhere for the king to go. That's checkmate. There's also another one where you go actually queen f7 for the checkmate. Again, pawn's breaking this spot here. Queen stops this. Queen can stop this. Queen can stop this. The horse doesn't even need to be there. The rook doesn't even need to be there. These two don't even need to be there for this to be checked. Or, yeah, this rook doesn't even need to be there for this to be checkmate. Or the horse, for that matter. Now, does Crusher see it, is the question. He goes with the rook to f8. We still got mate in 2. But yeah, he went f8. King moves to the e7. Mate in 2 now. What's the moves here? Well, probably queen to here. You could also put rook here as well to you can also go I can't speak. Also go here as well. That might be even more deadly than this right here, because then the king has to go either here or here, and then you can just move up one of the pawns to finish the game. But let's see what Crusher does here if he finishes it. He goes f7. That's a check, but it's not no mate. We're now in mate in 12. Linty moves out, mate in 10. We're not in mate anymore. Loses the rook. I mean, I guess Crusher forgot about the knight right there, and now the knight's attacking the queen. Queen moves up. 6, and your eyes not deceive you. There's another mate in 1, and the mate in 1 is the horse here, and that's what Crusher plays, and he wins the game. Wins 2 games in a row against Linty. Gets 4 points so far in the tournament. We're going to game 3 next here, and that's going to be a freaking amazing game. Crusher does win the series though against Linty 2-0 right now. We'll see if he gets 2-1 or if it's 3-0 and he gets some more points than that. So if Crusher wins this last game, he gets 18 points in bracket B, and that is amazing. Like right now he's up to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points right now in the standings, which is crazy. Let's go game 3. So we have a game 3 here. We got Crusher as black, Linty as white. Let's see what Linty does here. He goes with the King's Pawn opening. Crusher responds with the King's Pawn. And are we going to see a Scholar's Mate? We're not going to see a Scholar's Mate. We're going to actually see respect here. Crusher goes up right here. I don't know what this is. King's Head opening is what this is called. Okay, then. We got a pyramid system built up here, but the problem is that this is not London because you don't have this out here, and like London would have this here, and like, it blocks in your white square bishop, so we might be looking at a more of a stone wall here, but only on the white squares. Well, a version of Stonewall, because the Stonewall usually is a queen pawn opening, but you get my point. Crusher gonna have a 3 pawns in the middle here, moving up like shortly here, blocking off the dark square bishop, blocking off the dark squares here, which is interesting. When they put the dark, so it's kind of like a London system, but only for like the king's pawn. Weirdly enough, Crusher moves up. We got a horse moving in. We got probably a horse moving in right here, which is more than likely safe because there's nothing that can stop it from going there. Horse moves up. Linty decides to move the horse instead. He's trying to get pieces developed here. Might see this next. Might see this. Like I said before, this is an outpost right here. What an outpost means is that he has to move this and then move this here. They actually put like pressure on it. But like, that horse is pretty much safe right there. Queen to a5. Crusher going aggressively here. Linty moves out with the horse. Gonna put it right here next probably, and this is where it's gonna be like, okay, that bishop is gonna have to get out to stop these 2 spots here for both horses. And there's one outpost right there. Now you have to move this out and get that horse out of there if you're Crusher. Instead, he moves the bishop back. So right now we have an outpost for Linty. Linty now putting the queen right there because this horse cannot move here because of the queen blocking it in. So I think Linty's going to do a queen trade here next. D6. Going to force that horse out. Horse goes back. Queen goes more in. Okay, yeah, because here's the thing. If you don't move that, he's going in right here. Yes, I understand that. Yeah, that's not a bad move by Linty. Crusher is going to sneak his way in. Going to get right here and then just go here, but that's going to take 2 moves to do so. You can just guard it by going back one with the queen. Or bring the horse in. Not bad. The king moves into the freaking rake. Okay. I don't know what Crusher's smoking here. But guess what? This is coming back. I like it right here. I think I like my horse right here instead. The computer's saying go C3. Which is an interesting concept as well. But okay, horse goes right there. King moves in, going for the rook. You can guard it easily. Puts the rook back right there. Yeah, that's a good guard. Gobbles up the A2 pawn. Okay. Linty has the advantage still, though. Linty moves up 1. Linty puts the king in check, forcing the king back. What do you do here? There's really no... yeah, no, that doesn't work either. good defense by Crusher. You can't really actually open up anything yet. Linty decides to move a pawn up. Moves the bishop back out. But here's the thing. If he's going with this like setup right here as Crusher, these pawns can't be lined up blocking in your own bishop like this. You need to use that white square bishop to get around the areas and like, you know, start picking off some stuff. Like right here as well, when the horse was right here, that was a bad spot for it too. But you get my point. Queen moves up one. That rook is now like not. I mean, yes, this is guarded still by the queen, but if that queen moves in for an attack, let's just say it goes right here, for example, which would have been a bad move because it's getting guarded by double teams, which I see, but I'm just saying, for example, if this and this wasn't here, and that was a free pawn, this would be coming after the well, actually the queen would be actually taking the queen too, so but anyways, there's a nice move right there by Linty going in, going for the bishop and or the rook. Crusher moves the rook. And now Linty going on the assault for the queen here. Moves the rook. Oh! I think you take. I think you take. You gotta take. Oh, okay, yeah. Because here's the thing. I don't care if you're losing a rook for this. You're getting your queen. You're getting 9 points of material right here. And this is like the opening that you need. And you're up 3 points by just taking that. By losing the rook for that. I don't like this idea of going back to C1. Pawn push up. Okay. There's a check. And now here's what we're seeing right here. Crusher taking advantage of this. Instead of like, you know, going aggressive here, he's playing short, he's playing quick. There's a check right there by Linty. Now he's going after his own rook. And yes, you've seen that, right? The bar went all the way for Crusher's favor if he went B7 to attack the queen. Instead, he goes and takes his rook, but Linty's going to take his rook as well. We have a rook trade. Crusher going in now for the other rook probably. Or going to try and get something else here. Probably try and grab up some more pawns here if he can. He's trying to like break up this white squared structure here by Linty, which is smart. I'd be doing the same thing if I'm Linty. I'm going in for these pawns as well. Because like right here, you take this here, you make this king go here. I mean, if the king goes there, then you go probably back in here. But you get the point. Just try to break up some stuff here. Linty decides to defend. Crusher goes back, defends the bishop. Here comes a dark square bishop coming out. Wants a queen trade. Linty accepts it. We have a lot of stuff moving here right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, right here, you're probably going to see the white square bishop go right into this spot here. You might see this coming right here as well, just so you can get this here and then just go in for that rook. But you're also going to lose the rook if you do that. So let's just see what happens. He moves the rook up one. Linty's advantage here. Pushes the bishop up a little bit, going for the going right after the knight right here. And he does take the knight, and that rook is in Dangerville. He moves the rook up one. Linty moves the bishop back. Dark for bishop moving back into D8. Can't speak tonight. Rook is under attack here. We also have some attacks like this right here going for like a check. But it's guarded by the bishop. He moves the rook all the way back in here. And now we have a mate in one, ladies and gentlemen. Bishop to B5 is a mate. You can't go here. You can't go here. You can't go here. Now, why is this not a mate? Well, because the queen can go to D7 and get out of the way. But instead, like right here, this was a bad move by Crusher because he blocks in his own, like, that's not what I want to do. He blocks in his own, like, escape route. So if Linty goes right here, this king is trapped and that's over. And Linty at least gets 2 points in the tournament. Instead, he goes and takes a pawn instead. We got a crazy game here. Crusher is still trapped, though. Crusher needs to open up the spot. He moves the rook out of the way, which opens it up again. Going after the horse this time. Horse goes back. Crusher goes in. Gonna try and gobble up some more pawns here. Linty moves the king up to defend this and also tell the rook to leave. Goes back to his spot over here. Moving pawns up is Linty. Bishop moves out. So now this is not going to be possible at the moment. Rook moves up one. We got bishop going to take a horse. We're going to see Linty take the horse. And we're going to see this open up stuff here. And here's the thing as well. I'm going to say this. Linty should have taken with this pawn. Why? This can't move up still. Because this pawn's guarding it. And you can't really take it because it's in check and stuff like that. If he would have taken with the other pawn, it would have been... instead of taking with this pawn, it would have been much better to take with this pawn. I believe the actual advantage goes up even more. But like this pawn can go down. But now that he took with the other pawn, I mean, he has like a pawn that can go down here. He can get a pawn that can get like right here if the bishop leaves. I just think it's more like safe to take it with this pawn instead of leaving the middle of the board open for me. But that's just me. D5, and here it comes. Like I said before, he's gonna go right here. This is gonna take, and then this is gonna take. So Linty needs to probably take this. Instead, he goes for the check. Crusher moves. Linty moves up. Nothing to note. Here comes the pawns I said before. The structure's moving down. If Crusher really wanted to, he should have moved this one up first. Take, move. But yeah, 3 pawns. Linty moves in, trying to defend. King moves back in. Another check. We got a move system here. We got this going here. We're going probably here, going for the attack on the rook. Another check. Move back. Check. Move back. Check. Move back. Check. Move back. And it's a draw because of repetition. So they draw because of repetition here. And because of this, Crusher gets 1 point. Linty gets 1 point. And the standings stay... Let me see get the standings up real quick. Well, I can for these games. So standings for the B bracket right now, Crusher has 14 points. He's 2-0. Linty has 3 points, and he's 0-2. Not a good look right now for Linty. But yeah, I mean, like he's 0-2. He got 3 points at least, but like he's in the bottom of the barrel. He's now in like 4th place in the tournament at the moment. Even if Jeff actually, because the only one that hasn't played yet is Jeff in the B bracket. If Jeff plays bad and poorly, he goes 1-1. That's still he still has more points than Linty as well, who is 0-2. But yeah, right now we have like some good games going on here, guys. Up next, I'll show you the game between Billy and Potter. So yeah, thank you all for watching. As always, enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.